Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello.
Hola!
Bonjour!
Konnichiwa.
Ni hao! Ciao!
Annyeonghaseyo! Mabuhay!
Welcome to Washington State.
Explore the sights. Discover new things.
Appreciate the arts, music, and food.
Travel to new places.
Meet the people.
Make new friends.
In other words,
come
home with us.
Come home with us.
This is INCRadio Seattle, Washington.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our listeners and viewers all around the world. My name is Brother Joshua Weber from the local congregation of Everett here in the sometimes sunny, today fairly cloudy and rainy district of Washington State. Thank you all so much for joining us again here today. And today, I think, is a pretty timely topic, especially because today's fairly rainy, as Sister Hazel Mom can attest, and for all of our listeners here in Washington State can also attest, especially here in our Seattle area. It's fairly cold and it's fairly rainy as well. And of course, if you don't know, our topic today is the Battle of the SOUPS. We're going to go ahead and go into that here after a short kind of introduction. So go ahead, Sister Hazel, Mom. Go ahead and introduce yourself and give any shout outs if you have any at this time.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Joshua Son. This is Sister Hazel Valdez from the local of Everett, of course, in our district. And shout out to my sister, Chrislyn Torres and Von Torres. I know they're listening right now. They're always listening. And to shout out, of course, to the local of Everett, hashtag Everett, and to all the performers for the musical EVM that will be here in Seattle. We're here in Seattle right now. Well,
All
back to
right. Thank you. I'd like to also give a special shout out to all of the brethren over in the local congregation of Shoreline, as well as the local congregation of Marysville. I know I frequent there quite often, and I always get to see all the brethren there, and they always say hi. So, official shout out to all of the brethren there. Also, we'd like to ask our YouTube question for the day, and that is, what is your favorite soup? Don't answer yet because we're going to go into that in our topic because I felt she was going to. So, for our YouTube listeners and viewers, the question is, once again, what is your favorite soup? We'll go ahead and read a few of those responses here as they come in. So now, speaking of YouTube, if you're already watching on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscription button and as well as the bell icon that'll appear afterwards. That way you'll be able to stay up to date with all of the other satellites here through the channel on, through the INCRadio DZEM 954 channel here on YouTube. All right. So now we're going to go into our topic of the Battle of the SOUPS. So starting with, well, our only other guest here today, Sister Hazel. And, we're going to go ahead and include Sister Tia in our topic for today. She's coming around the table here. So we'll start with Sister Tia. Sister Tia, what would you define as soup?
Oh, that's a good question. Liquid food. Wait.
anything soupy,
We can't use the word.
Soup
Okay.
in the definition. It's
liquidy.
yes. It has to have a liquid and other food.
Other ingredients.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I am thinking.
Okay, give an example of a soup that, would you classify or would you consider chowder a soup?
Yes,
I would.
I would.
I know other people wouldn't because it's not as liquidy.
But it is still
Like it's
soupy.
It's a thicker
Well,
liquid.
yeah, it's thicker liquid, but it's still considered soup.
I would consider it a soup because it's not like solid.
Yes.
I mean, it has solids in it. See, there you go. A soup has liquid and solid.
By that definition, would you consider a glass of water with ice a soup?
No,
No, because that has no sustenance. It's just water.
it needs more flavoring and
So if you put salt,
help me out.
Okay, we'll also
Salt
turn.
powder.
soup is like salt. Anyway,
Okay, we'll also turn that question over to our YouTube comments there. What would you define, or how would you define soup? And I'd love to see our responses here once they start coming in for that. It is a.
Sponsor, Google it.
I'd rather not get a scientific definition of soup, but
I know.
if need be.
Yeah.
but yeah.
All right, so we'll go on to our next question then. Sister Hazel, Mom, what is your favorite soup to eat?
What? I'll be biased. Sopas or lugaw. But if I'm eating out or I feel like eating something on a Chinese side, I prefer hot and sour instead of well, the egg drop soup is also okay. But every time I go out, it's hot and sour soup. Or if I go to an American restaurant,
It's a lot of answers.
I know clam chowder is my favorite. Not
Okay.
sponsored, but Ivers is good.
How about you, Sister Tia? Because I know your selection will be a lot smaller.
narrower.
I recently tried hot and sour soup not too long ago.
She's getting
Thoughts?
adventurous.
I
Come closer.
I like egg drop soup, but yeah, sopas, especially our family. I'm biased. Sopas the other was it last week?
Yeah.
Very recently.
And it's very fitting for the weather because of the fact that especially today. Today is so rainy
Yeah, I
and
don't have
cold.
sopa, sorry.
I know. Okay.
It's
But yeah,
comfort food.
my dad actually said in the comments here, Brother Von Torres, best soup, sopas, chicken soup, and arroz caldo, chicken porridge, arroz caldo, or lugaw,
Lugaw, mhm.
depending.
Where you're from, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same.
And what is your favorite soup, brother Josh son?
You turned on me real quick. I think if I were to go for a favorite soup,
Everything.
broccoli cheddar soup. I do
Oh,
That's
like a
also
good
good.
broccoli
Mhm.
cheddar soup. If not that, I would honestly probably go for like a something simple like a tomato soup. Honestly, a tomato soup like
grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But if
I
I don't have
remembered.
grilled cheese, like you can make a pretty good tomato soup with yeah, tomato soup.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I've had a good tomato soup. We're not sponsored, but Panera's got a good,
They also have a good
really good chocolate. Chocolate
broccoli soup.
cheddar, whichever.
Yes.
Okay, so now we kind of talked about our favorite to eat, but now what about to cook? I know, Sister Tia.
I don't think I've actually cooked soup. Except for is corned beef the way that we cook it,
The way
is that
you-
considered a soup?
You
With
can.
the bow.
Make it
I would consider that a soup. The way
I
that.
made
So,
corned beef, and
With
that's
the
the
bow, yeah.
only soup I've made. I've helped my mom make sinigang, but that I don't count because I helped her. I didn't actually do it myself.
Okay.
But yeah,
I mean, I guess that's part of the cooking. Even if you did help, you had some part in it. So
it's a lot more complicated because there's a lot more stuff than just corned beef. Because corned beef is it's like corned beef,
water.
water. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
fish
very
sauce.
simple.
Yeah.
How about you, Sister Hazel, Mom? What is your favorite soup to cook?
Whatever I can cook. the ones that are not too hard to make. Like
One of my
so-
favorites that Sister Hazel makes is what's that one called with
Soupa.
Zuppa
Zuppa
Toscana.
Toscana,
Yes, that
That's
one's
good.
really good.
because that's really easy. Yeah, with lots of kale.
Lots of kale. You gotta get your greens.
Yeah,
The
that's
soup,
how
the
they eat their
veggies.
greens in the
Mhm.
soup.
Okay, I know we kind of brushed on it a little bit because we were talking about, favorite versions of soups or where we got them from.
Mhm.
But kind of in general, I know it's kind of hard to pin it usually, but what would you say is like the best soup you've had before?
Of course, Filipino soup.
Filipino soup is not a specific soup.
Because they're all good in their own ways. I
Yeah.
feel like it also depends on your mood.
Exactly.
We haven't even talked about ramen.
That's true.
Ramen is really good. I
I love udon.
Oh, udon with the thick noodles.
Yes,
is good.
I love the udon noodles.
But
Yeah.
ramen.
Oh, the ramen.
Ramen is really good too.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like it really
Ramen's
depends on your mood.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I'm like really in the mood for ramen, and other times I'm like,
You could pass.
yeah.
okay. It also depends where you go.
That's true.
I've never made like good ramen myself. You know, Top Ramen does not sponsored by Top
No,
Ramen, but
not
it's
Top
not the
Ramen.
same.
No, no matter how hard you
And
try
I know
to dress it up.
there was a lot, especially during lockdown time, where a lot of us were getting kind of creative with the foods that we had at home. There was actually a lot of like kind of trending things to do to spice up, those instant ramens and things like that. Did you ever try any of those yourself?
No, I think I have like a billion saved like videos on what to add, especially to make it more healthy and whatnot. But I don't think
You've never
the
done
only
it.
thing I've done is add an egg.
Egg.
That's
Adventurous.
seaweed, like real
Furikake.
basic. Or adding like sesame oil.
Mhm.
I love sesame oil.
Or spinach. Sometimes I do.
I've never done spinach in
Mhm.
my own, but I think that would be good.
For the ramen, yeah. I add spinach and egg and
Mhm.
sesame.
Yes. Brother Andrew Wynn, I hope that's how you say it, says ramen is better in Japan. And I can't confirm or deny it, but I have heard, because I've never been, or I have been, but I don't remember eating ramen.
Because you were really young when you went
Yeah, so I have heard a lot of things about the ramen. They say that once you have ramen, like authentic ramen from Japan, then you can't go back. Like it's just not the same anywhere else.
He'll be like, no, not good.
Yeah. And then Kafel Kafel Morflauta says, don't forget pho soup. Pho
We almost forgot. Pho is also good.
different soups.
Yes,
I'm like,
especially in Washington State because we're very diverse.
Yes, there's a lot of different
Yeah,
ones
you
can
feel
go
like,
to.
oh, what do you feel like eating today? You want to eat Thai, Chinese, Filipino? Well, Filipino, we can
You
just
can
cook
make
at
at
home. Yeah,
home.
but pho, pho is
There's
what?
Mediterranean. There's a lot of
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. There you go.
Vietnamese, yeah.
And Korean.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can say this one.
Sotanghon.
Is another Filipino soup.
You couldn't pronounce it.
I can say it in my head, but I can't say it out loud.
It's sotanghon.
That's fair. That's
You
fair.
said that sotanghon.
That was my mom, Sister Kristen Torres.
Sister Kristen. Hi. Shout out. Sister Kristen.
Oh, Sister Catherine Joy Monforte says kimchi.
Kimchi
Kimchi, is that a soup or like kimchi with? Oh, maybe she adds it to
with ramen.
the ramen. Okay.
That would be. I've done that before.
I just made kimchi fried. Well, it's fried rice. I made kimchi fried rice today, but I've never added kimchi to a soup. I bet you that would be good.
What is this one? Sister Shelly DePano says my favorite to make is
Bulalugao. Is it bulalo and lugao?
I haven't heard.
I haven't heard of that, but I'm assuming it's bulalo and lugao. So it's bulalugao. So it's lugao made with the bone marrow.
Oh.
Please answer, po, because I don't know.
Really want to know now.
Yeah, that sounds good too.
Sister Catherine, she confirmed kimchi with ramen.
Oh yeah,
kimchi with ramen. I know.
That's pretty good.
I know I asked you, but also when what I would do is I would separate the sauce packet into a separate bowl instead of the instant ramen bowls, and then I would put the powder, the egg into that, and then mix with some like chili sauce, a little mayo. So it's like egg on egg, really, but and then mix that, and then pour hot water into that, and then add the noodles that were cooked. That way, it's a little bit of a like.
Pinapaitan soup.
Actually wanted to chime in. Mommy soup and pinapaitan.
Kuya Tech. I miss the mommy in the Philippines, but it's very authentic.
That is the soup. She's not talking about her.
Not my the mommy soup. It's really good in the Philippines. I actually haven't had a mommy that tasted like the ones that I've had in the Philippines. Mommy, MAMI.
That's still.
My
Yes.
mommy's soup.
Okay. Um, we're gonna,
Lugaw and sopas.
yeah.
She,
Look,
she makes a
Mama,
lot of
yeah,
those. Yeah.
before. Now, one kind of last bit. I know even I can kind of chime in on this one.
Oh, wait,
But
sorry. Before
yes.
Kuitek says beef mommy or chicken mommy?
I chicken mommy po. I think
Chicken.
that's what I had before. Chicken mommy. We used to live in Blumentritt when I was really young.
Yes,
And it's right next to the Chinese General Hospital. There's a place there, a small restaurant po, that sells the mommy before. It was so good. But I've never had mommy like that. I've gone back to the Philippines. Well, oh, pares in the Philippines, which is also good. Now
Is that a
it's
place or?
no. It's
Oh,
it's a soup.
oh, that's also a soup.
Yes, pares.
Oh.
It's called pares because they pair it with something. Yes, so many,
I see.
so many. But pares is good too.
Okay.
Now I'm getting
The
hungry.
kind of,
Says even- How Brother Vaughn says even Kuitek is getting hungry.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a good day for soup
we'll
today.
visit you, brother.
Yeah,
Kuya Tek,
we'll
when we go
visit.
to the Philippines, and we'll eat mommy or pares.
All right, to close off our conversation about soups for now, um, what advice do you have for cooking soup, Sister Tia? Since just what would you say is a good?
Make sure you taste it as you're cooking it so you know what to add. Because there was one time I made the corned beef soup and it had
Salty.
it had no flavor.
Oh,
Or not as much flavor as it should have. Because I decided not to taste it because I was getting lazy and I was like, I just want to eat, so I'll just finish it up. And then I tasted it after and I was like, I could have added more,
Yeah.
just more seasoning and stuff. So that's my advice. Make
Yeah.
sure you taste it
Yeah.
so you know when to add or what to add.
Yeah. And with my experience, I know I always ask Brother Joshua's son to taste my food because sometimes I make it too salty. There's something wrong with my taste buds now. But yeah, just add a little bit of seasoning at a time to taste it because if you need more, you can add more. But if you put too much, you cannot take it off.
You gotta add more water.
I know
But
you'll
yeah.
end up
Mix it
with
up.
yeah, you'll end up with a big batch of itty bitty soup that you're planning to make. So
That sounds
yeah.
familiar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a little goes a long way with seasoning with
Yeah.
soups, but depending on what you're cooking, of course, like meats and stuff, you're really going to want to heavily season. But
Yeah.
that's a separate topic that we may have.
Okay.
So now we're going to go on to our CFO in action, and that'll be with Sister Hazel.
Me.
So
Surprise.
we'll go ahead and pass that off to you, Sister Hazel.
Okay, so tomorrow, which is November, I can't keep track of the date, November 17th,
17.
here in Seattle, there will be a CWS special gathering at 6 p.m. So all of the CWS officers, teachers, and CWS kids and their parents you- to meet here in Seattle at 6 p.m. po. And then on Friday, November 22nd in Kent, there will be a TSB 4th anniversary evangelical mission at 7:30 p.m. And on November 23rd, 10 a.m., here in the district is our district baptism and also the most awaited musical EVM. Yay! Finally, it's on November 24th at 7 p.m. And I believe doors will open at 6:30 or 6. So you can be there early po. I know it starts at 7, but doors opens at 6 p.m. at Highline Performing
Arts
Center. It's very tongue twister for me. Highline Performing Arts Center in Burien. So we'll see you there po. Hopefully we'll see a lot of familiar faces on Sunday because most all of us on INCRadio will be participating in that event. So back to you, brother son.
I'd like to include a previous activity that we did have as well. On November 11th, we had our EVM Cup, which was our tournaments for our ministers. That was in, I'm trying to remember, Eastern Washington. I forgot where specifically. It was
No, it was just
Auburn.
yes.
Auburn. My bad. I don't know my geography. It was in Auburn and in Seattle.
Bolero,
But
the bowling,
Auburn was, of course, our was basketball
Mhm.
and
Volleyball.
volleyball.
Yes.
And of course, this was for our ministers and the ministers' families. And then here in Seattle, we had bowling. So that was very fun for those who were able to watch. And it was very entertaining as well, because we all love our ministers. All right. And with that, we are coming to a close for our broadcast for today. But before we go, I have a quick little question. How do you prefer to read books? Is it physical, digital, or even audiobooks? One more time. How do you prefer to read books? Physical, digital, or audiobooks? We'll go ahead and discuss that in our next broadcast next Saturday here on INC Radio Seattle. Now, just another quick reminder, of course, we have our YouTube channel, which is the INC Radio DZEM 954. Please don't forget to subscribe. And of course, click the notification bell icon. That way you can stay up to date with all of the other satellites here through our YouTube channel. Not only do we have the YouTube channel, but we also have the incradio.org. And with that, we'd like to say our special thank yous and our shout outs to Brother Eduardo Manalo, our Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, our SEBC President and CFO Coordinator, Brother Ramil Regino, our District Minister, Brother Relly Rivera, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Chris Valdez, our CFO Overseer, Brother Manly Andaya, our Executive Producer, of course, the listeners, and last but definitely not the least, the INC Radio Tech Crew. Thank you all so much for your love and support, and none of this would be possible without each and every single one of you. So, from INC Radio Seattle, we will see you later.
Bye.
See you next week.
As we journey on in this troubled world, there are trials that we will all suffer, but we know the truth and we must believe. Even in these times of uncertainty, we will see the day that we all long for, so we must stay strong till the end. Just hold on and run this race for the winning. Just stay strong as we felt since the beginning. Don't give up your faith, keep on defending till the day that